Have you experienced the clash between a narcissist's charm and a Sigma Empath's discernment? You are a Sigma Empath, a master of both emotional depth and strategic insight. In your daily interactions, where most are manipulated, you discern motives and navigate complexities effortlessly. This unique blend makes you a formidable challenge to narcissists who find their usual tactics futile against your keen understanding and quiet resilience. The first reason why narcissists find Sigma Empaths so disconcerting is your innate ability to act in ways they cannot predict. While they plot and plan, you navigate with an intuitive, spontaneous strategy that often leaves them baffled and unable to maintain control. Consider a typical scenario. When faced with a narcissist's attempt to dominate a conversation and steer it towards their own ends, you might abruptly change the topic. This isn't just a shift in dialogue. It's a tactical move that pulls the rug out from under their feet. They are left scrambling, forced to engage with the new subject or try to drag the conversation back to familiar territory. Either way, they lose a degree of control, which is disorienting for someone who relies on predictability in others to maintain their power. Another example is in social settings, where a narcissist expects others to adhere to the script that enhances their self-image. You might decide to leave early, or perhaps respond in a way that is authentic and genuine but entirely unexpected, like showing indifference to their grandiose stories or countering their narrative with a calm, factual correction. This behavior directly challenges their expected scenario, where everyone plays along, providing them with the admiration and attention they seek. Lastly, your deep empathy, coupled with strategic thinking, allows you to see through their facade and address situations in a way that preserves your integrity. This ability to remain unaffected by their charms and manipulations while calmly navigating through their emotional labyrinths is why they find you so perplexing. It disrupts their narrative not only socially, but also internally, as they struggle to understand and categorize your behavior within their worldview. In essence, your unpredictability doesn't just protect you, it actively disarms the narcissist, stripping away their power by undermining the very predictability they depend on to control others. This is why they find you, as a Sigma Empath, not just an anomaly, but a genuine threat to their carefully constructed dominion. The second reason why narcissists find Sigma Empaths an enigma lies in your immunity to superficial charm. Unlike many who are easily swayed by the outward display of friendliness and flattery, you possess a discerning eye that sees through facades to the intention beneath. This innate ability to distinguish genuine kindness from manipulative charm makes it extraordinarily difficult for narcissists to win you over with shallow gestures. Your daily interactions are a testament to this trait. In social settings, where narcissists often deploy their charm offensively, using flattery and exaggerated compliments to garner admiration and compliance, you do not simply accept these overtures at face value. Instead, you might politely dismiss such flattery, redirecting the conversation to focus on more substantive and authentic interactions. This response not only thwarts their immediate goal of winning your approval, but also signals to them that their usual tactics are ineffective. Moreover, your approach disrupts the narcissist's narrative about their own charm and persuasiveness. They are accustomed to a certain flow of interaction, where their charisma serves as a key tool in their arsenal to influence and dominate social exchanges. When you respond with indifference or scrutiny rather than admiration, it challenges their self-perception and the efficacy of their manipulative strategies. This ability extends beyond mere social niceties. In professional or more intimate settings, where narcissists attempt to use charm to push their agendas or to mask less savory motives, you remain unswayed. Whether it's an attempt to gloss over a mistake with a charming apology, or using charm to advance a questionable proposal, you see through the tactic to the truth underneath. Your resilience against such manipulations not only protects you, but also subtly shifts the power dynamics. Narcissists, sensing their inability to influence you, may either escalate their tactics, which further reveals their true nature, or reluctantly move on to easier targets. Thus, your presence as a Sigma Empath not only shields you from emotional exploitation, but also serves as a litmus test that exposes the sincerity or duplicity of those around you. The third reason why narcissists despise Sigma Empaths revolves around your fierce independence. Your self-reliance is not just a trait, it is your fortress. In a world where many seek validation and support from others, you stand apart, not depending on external affirmation for your emotional fulfillment. This profound autonomy directly undermines narcissists' strategies, which often rely on creating a sense of dependency in their targets. In your daily life, this independence manifests in clear, assertive ways. When someone, particularly a narcissist, attempts to make you feel needy or lesser, your response is not to cling, but to further assert your autonomy. For instance, if a narcissist tries to insinuate that you cannot manage without their help or influence, you confidently prove otherwise. You might take on tasks solo, make decisions independently, or pursue personal projects that affirm your capabilities and self-sufficiency. This behavior is particularly frustrating to narcissists because their influence and control depend significantly on others' reliance on them. They thrive on being seen as indispensable. Your independence not only challenges this view, but also exposes their manipulations. In professional settings, for example, where a narcissist might try to position themselves as the only one capable of solving a problem, you might step in with a unique solution, effectively sidelining their exaggerated self-importance. Moreover, your independence often leads you to seek solutions and pathways that are innovative and unconventional, further highlighting your non-dependence on traditional frameworks or authorities, including the narcissistic figures trying to dominate those very frameworks. This not only isolates them, but also attracts others who are inspired by your self-sufficiency and might begin questioning their own dependencies. Thus, your independence does more than just protect you. It actively dismantles the narcissist's perceived role and power in your life. By maintaining your autonomy, you not only preserve your emotional and psychological integrity, but also provide a model for others who might feel ensnared in dependent dynamics, showing them that another way is possible. The fourth reason why narcissists hate Sigma Empaths lies in your remarkable emotional resilience. Your calm is not just a passive state, it is your strength. In the tumultuous arenas of personal and professional life, where chaos can unsettle the most stalwart, you maintain a level of emotional stability that acts as a shield against those who feed on eliciting strong emotional reactions, particularly narcissists. Your ability to remain composed in confrontational situations is a prime example of this resilience in action. When faced with a narcissist's attempts to provoke a heated response, perhaps through criticism, sarcasm, or outright antagonism, you respond not with emotional outbursts, but with measured, thoughtful comments. This approach does more than just deflect their attempts. It actively frustrates their efforts to control the emotional climate of the interaction. Narcissists thrive on creating and then exploiting emotional turmoil. They often aim to unsettle their targets, to create a sense of emotional indebtedness or confusion. Your ability to stay calm under pressure removes this leverage. For instance, in a meeting where a narcissist might use aggressive tactics to undermine your ideas, your cool, collected rebuttal, backed by logical reasoning and unwavering confidence, can shift the dynamic in your favor. This not only preserves your position, but also subtly undermines their authority and exposes their tactics to onlookers. Moreover, your emotional resilience enables you to go through daily interactions without falling into the emotional traps set by narcissists. Whether it's sidestepping provocations in social settings or managing manipulative behaviors in family dynamics, your stability acts as a barrier that narcissists find impenetrable. Thus, your unshakable calm does more than just protect you. It acts as a mirror reflecting back the narcissist's own instability and reliance on emotional games for influence. This not only diminishes their power over you, but also over the situation at large, marking you as an individual who is not only difficult, but impossible for them to manipulate emotionally. This fundamental incompatibility is why narcissists find your presence so challenging and why they often seek easier targets. The fifth reason why narcissists hate Sigma Empaths centers around your uncanny lie detection abilities. Your truth-seeking is not just a skill, it is your radar. In the complex interplay of human relationships where deceit can often go unnoticed and unchecked, you possess an acute ability to discern falsehoods. This trait naturally positions you as a formidable adversary to narcissists, who frequently rely on manipulation and half-truths to achieve their ends. In your daily life, this capability manifests vividly. When a narcissist attempts to weave a tale, perhaps to gain sympathy, evade responsibility, or manipulate others, you are quick to spot the discrepancies. Your keen awareness of verbal and non-verbal cues means that inconsistent stories do not hold up under your watchful eye. For example, in a workplace setting, if a narcissist tries to take credit for work they did not do, you are likely to call attention to the facts, calmly and assertively questioning the narrative being presented. This act of questioning and seeking the truth often takes place in real time and can sometimes be public, significantly undermining the narcissist's credibility. When you expose these inconsistencies, not only do you protect yourself from being manipulated, but you also shield others from being deceived. This creates an environment where transparency is valued and deception becomes more difficult and less rewarding. Moreover, your ability to detect lies disrupts the power dynamics that narcissists strive to establish. They are used to controlling narratives and shaping perceptions through their distorted versions of reality. When you challenge these fabrications, you not only expose their deceit, but also highlight their vulnerability and desperation for control. Thus, your presence as a Sigma Empath serves as a natural deterrent to deceitful behavior. By consistently valuing and upholding the truth, you cultivate an atmosphere where honesty prevails and manipulation loses its power. This fundamental shift is why narcissists find your insight so threatening and why they often regard you with a mix of wariness and disdain. Your commitment to truth not only protects you, but fundamentally alters the social landscape in which you operate, making it inhospitable to those who thrive on falsehoods. The sixth reason why narcissists detest Sigma Empaths stems from your uncompromising intolerance for toxicity. Your boundaries are not mere lines in the sand. They are your armor, meticulously forged through awareness and resolve. In your world, there is no room for manipulative and abusive dynamics, and this stance disrupts the very foundation on which narcissists build their influence. Your ability to recognize toxic behaviors is immediate, and your response to them definitive. When a toxic scenario unfolds, perhaps through manipulative tactics or emotional abuse aimed at controlling or diminishing others, you do not hesitate. You cut communications decisively or remove yourself from the environment altogether. This act of setting clear, non-negotiable boundaries is a powerful assertion of your self-respect and a declaration that abusive behaviors have no place in your life. For instance, in a professional setting, if a colleague or supervisor uses intimidation or guilt to influence team decisions, your response is to address the behavior directly and, if necessary, escalate the issue to higher authorities to ensure a healthy work environment. In personal relationships, you might choose to end or significantly limit interactions with individuals who persist in dysfunctional patterns. This decisiveness not only protects your emotional and psychological well-being, but also serves as a stark warning to those who thrive on generating and exploiting chaos. Moreover, your refusal to engage with or tolerate such dynamics shifts the balance of power. Narcissists, who rely on others' acquiescence to their toxic behavior to feel powerful and in control, find themselves impotent and frustrated in the face of your resolute boundaries. Your actions challenge their behavior directly and serve as a role model for others who may feel powerless in similar situations. Thus, your firm stance on toxicity not only preserves your integrity, but also instills a sense of agency in those around you. It encourages a culture of respect and accountability, making environments less hospitable for narcissistic behaviors and more conducive to healthy, honest interactions. This fundamental shift is why narcissists find Sigma Empaths particularly formidable and unsettling, as your presence alone can transform the dynamics of any group or relationship you enter. The seventh reason why narcissists hate Sigma Empaths lies in your ultimate expression of autonomy, your readiness to walk away. Your exit is not a sign of defeat, it is your power. For you, leaving a detrimental situation isn't about escape, it's about preserving your well-being and dignity. This capacity severely cripples a narcissist's control and influence, as their power often hinges on their ability to keep others within their emotional and psychological grasp. In your day-to-day life, this manifests in a straightforward yet profound manner. Rather than enduring a harmful relationship dynamic that slowly erodes your sense of self, you choose to terminate interactions and relationships that prove unhealthy. For example, in a workplace environment dominated by a narcissistic boss who uses belittlement or manipulation to control the team, you might choose to leave the job or request a transfer. This decision, while tough, signals a refusal to be complicit in your own disempowerment. Similarly, in personal relationships, when you encounter a partner whose actions repeatedly cross your boundaries, whether through dishonesty, manipulation, or disrespect, you decisively end the relationship. This action is not merely about ending a toxic relationship, but about affirming your worth and the standards of treatment you require. It sends a clear message that manipulative behaviors have tangible consequences. This readiness to walk away fundamentally disrupts the narcissist's strategies. They thrive on others' dependence, emotional, financial, or psychological. Your independence and willingness to remove yourself from toxic dynamics challenge this dependency, leaving the narcissist without the control they crave. It also sets a powerful example for others who might feel trapped in similar situations, showing them that leaving is not only possible, but can be an act of profound personal strength and liberation. Thus, your ability to exit a detrimental situation embodies a deep respect for yourself and a commitment to your mental and emotional health. This strength not only protects you from manipulation, but also dismantles the very foundation of a narcissist's influence, making you a formidable force that they reluctantly respect and undoubtedly fear. The eighth reason why narcissists hate Sigma Empaths revolves around your mastery of emotional detachment. Your disengagement is not an act of avoidance, it is your shield. In the emotional battleground where narcissists thrive on the reactions they provoke, your ability to remain detached ensures you stay safe from the turmoil they aim to create. This calculated indifference disrupts the narcissistic supply they seek, emotional energy that feeds their ego and sense of control. Consider a typical confrontation with a narcissist who might try to incite anger or sadness in you to affirm their dominance or influence. When faced with such provocations, you, as a Sigma Empath, might respond with a cool indifference or minimal emotional expression. This isn't a sign of weakness, but a strategic choice to prevent the narcissist from gaining the reaction they desire. For example, in a heated discussion, a narcissist might use personal attacks to trigger a response. Instead of engaging with heightened emotions, you choose to respond with a simple "I see," or perhaps not respond at all, maintaining a calm demeanor that leaves no fuel for their antagonistic fire. Your approach in these situations is calculated to maintain your emotional equilibrium. By not giving in to the bait, you starve the narcissist of the emotional satisfaction they seek from your distress or anger. This tactic can be particularly effective in settings like meetings or family gatherings, where a narcissist may use public pressure to elicit a dramatic response. Your ability to remain composed and unbothered in the face of such tactics not only preserves your peace, but often frustrates the narcissist, as their efforts fail to disturb your serenity. Thus, your emotional detachment is a profound form of self-protection and control. It signifies a deep understanding of your emotional boundaries and a commitment to not let others dictate your emotional state. This level of self-control is precisely why narcissists find Sigma Empaths so baffling and infuriating. They are unable to manipulate you into the emotional turmoil that they orchestrate for others. Your steadfastness in maintaining emotional detachment not only keeps you safe, but also subtly shifts the power dynamics, marking you as an individual who is not to be underestimated in the emotional arena. The ninth reason why narcissists hate Sigma Empaths is your profound self-sufficiency. Your inner fulfillment is your independence, rooted deeply in self-esteem that springs from within rather than relying on external validation. This intrinsic source of confidence and self-assurance baffles and frustrates narcissists, who often depend heavily on others' admiration and approval to bolster their own fragile egos. In daily life, your self-sufficiency manifests through pursuits that personally fulfill you, independent of societal expectations or external pressures. Consider how you, as a Sigma empath, engage with your hobbies and projects. These activities are chosen not for status or recognition, but for the genuine joy and satisfaction they bring you. For example, you might immerse yourself in painting, writing, or gardening, passions that might not necessarily garner public acclaim, but are profoundly rewarding to you. This autonomy is especially evident in situations where others, particularly narcissists, attempt to sway your interests or beliefs to align more closely with their own. A narcissist might try to belittle your hobbies as trivial or unimportant, hoping to steer you toward activities that offer more social visibility or that they can control. However, you remain unfazed by such criticisms, continuing to engage in what truly satisfies you, not out of stubbornness, but from a deep understanding of what brings you personal contentment. Your ability to find fulfillment from within, and not from the accolades or approvals of others, represents a significant threat to the narcissist's worldview. They struggle to comprehend how you can remain content and centered without the external affirmations they so desperately seek. This disconnect often leads them to escalate their attempts to undermine your interests, only to find that their efforts further affirm your independence. Thus, your self-sufficiency is not just a personal trait. It is a declaration of your freedom from the manipulative dynamics that narcissists orchestrate. This fundamental aspect of your character not only protects your psychological well-being, but also serves as a stark reminder to those around you that true fulfillment and self-esteem are best cultivated from within, not harvested from the fleeting and often fickle approval of others. As you continue to navigate the complexities of human relationships, embrace your unique identity as a Sigma empath. Recognize that the traits you possess, unpredictability, emotional detachment, self-sufficiency, and a keen ability to detect lies, are not merely shields against narcissistic influences. They are powerful, empowering characteristics that foster genuine, healthy relationships in your life. Each trait you cultivate serves as a testament to your strength and authenticity, qualities that are invaluable in today's world, where superficiality often prevails. Your journey as a Sigma empath is one of profound self-awareness and resilience. It allows you to create spaces where authenticity thrives and manipulation fades into obsolescence. As you continue to nurture these qualities, remember that they do more than protect you. They enrich your interactions and deepen your connections with others. In a society that increasingly values transparency and depth, your role is indispensable. Therefore, I urge you to share your experiences and insights with others. Your story is not just your own. It is a beacon for those who are still learning to recognize and value their own empathic traits. By sharing how you face challenges and embrace your Sigma qualities, you inspire others to acknowledge and develop their potential. This collective awakening to authentic power and emotional intelligence paves the way for healthier communities and relationships. So, step forward with your narrative. Share your journey, the challenges you've overcome, and the wisdom you've gained. Your voice is not just a whisper in the dark. It is a clarion call for transformation and understanding in a world that desperately needs it. Let your life be an example of what it means to live fully aware, fully present, and fully empowered.